What's up guys, it is that Panda guy. I'm here again with another video, and today we're looking at our day 1 of Genesis, the one that just happened. I will say there will not be a day 3, there will be a day 2. That was honestly our best fight, day 2. But we did take a 3v1 on the first day. The reason we did this was, one, because we wanted to fight, and two, we were actually worried that if we did take any allies, that the other teams would just decide not to fight at all, which I do think that it actually, paid off, that we didn't take any allies, because in the first round of zombies, I didn't record it, but we did lose maybe like 3 zombies or whatever. But the point is, we got most of the zombies, right? The second round of zombies, we lost 0 zombies, meaning that we ended up with about 40,000 points by the end of the zombie rounds, which meant that, we were pretty secured in at least going on to round 2, which made this, pretty easy to play out, because realistically, if we hadn't won these zombie fights, we would have had to play this round completely differently, focusing more on holding structures up mid. All we really held was Science Hub, just for the sake of it, because we wanted to, fight over it for a bit. And we took the defense station simply for the capture awards. As you see, we had our team set up on both sides to swarm them out. We got the Science Hub capture, we got the 3 defense stations, and we didn't get the other one, but it was pretty well. And we basically split into 2 groups and fight on both sides throughout the whole thing, really, because we tower fight on both sides, and we also have to field fight on both sides. Is a little bit kind of taxing. I didn't expect them to actually coordinate this well, which they did. And the third alliance also kind of coordinated both on the field, but they weren't really able to do much, because if they wanted to, help on the towers and stuff, they would have had to capture Science Hub, which would have meant HM wouldn't have passed on to the next round. And ultimately, I'm pretty sure HM wanted to pass on the next round, but so they really only were able to help in the field. In any case, we did kind of fight these guys a good bit. It was pretty fun. I really liked taking on a 3v1 here, just because we were kind of getting pressured from all sides. Also, by the way, the reason that rally won that defense station, we emptied it out because we didn't think we really needed to hold it. And one rally came in and took it. And then one of the other rallies went in and started hitting it because they didn't cancel it. So basically, it was just a little funny to me. I also do want to mention how the fact that we were fighting on so many fronts, not only were we, having to defend as many towers as we are, we also kind of were not able to fill Science Hub properly. We did actually hold off the first round of rallies, but we lost it on the second round, which was actually really surprising. And it was really just because we weren't filling it properly. We were filling, I think, multiple towers and multiple fronts, like 3+ towers. We were getting rallied consecutively on 4 to 5 towers at a time, especially after we lost Science Hub, since HM was able to connect to our other towers up mid. So there was that, and then we were rallying on 3 to 4 towers as well at a time. So we kind of were all over the place, and our fillers just were spread out. Our field fighters were only able to do so much, as you see, like up mid here. And these, I have no accounts in the field right here, so like, honestly, I'm pretty glad where the alliance has gotten. I've kind of I don't know if you guys have seen Prim, but honestly, I'm like a proud father looking at how the alliance has grown as much as it has, because I honestly never expected that we would kind of get to this point. And I'm sometimes just like, damn, dude, I'm the leader of this team. That's crazy. But yeah, this is a bit tricky, because not only are we fighting up mid here, we're also fighting on, tower sides. So we're literally field fighting on multiple fronts right now, and it's kind of tricky. And this is also, just like I said, one reason we lost the hub. We weren't really like able to focus on one objective, which I think, is kind of the point of this. Obviously, we kind of were just splitting ourselves off, fighting on so many sides. And I mean, it was kind of expected that we wouldn't be able to hold properly, but like up mid, I think holding towers and stuff would have been perfectly fine. Just, it's just super hard to split off. And yeah, these guys actually fought harder than I expected. I do want to say GG to these teams real quick. These guys gave us a pretty good fight. Honestly, bravo. I think they kind of recognized what we were doing, so they just like decided to fight it out with us, which was pretty cool. And we just fought for fun. Like I said, we didn't get we got a bunch of the zombie kills at the beginning, so we weren't really focused on trying to hold defense stations or anything. We were mostly focused on actually killing troops this time. So like, if we attacked a defense station, it was simply because we wanted to kill troops in it, but we were pushing towers to try to get bases and stuff. We weren't really that focused on playing up mid, and that's actually the advantage of being able to win all these zombie fights, especially if you're just dominating them and you're not splitting them with an ally. I mean, splitting them with an ally is still good, because if you are able to dominate the zombies completely and split it off, you both get like 20,000 points, right? Which secures a good portion of the points that you would need to, win up mid fight. That could easily be, 10 minutes of holding science hub or 20 minutes of holding science hub and defense stations or whatever the case. You guys get what I'm saying, right? So like this is like it's super vital to win those zombie fights. And I just think it really helped us out with how we were able to kind of play out this round. I don't have a ton of footage for this. I know like I cut out some of it. I didn't, like I said, I didn't record the first zombie fight, so I didn't have that. So overall, I don't have a ton of footage here, but I did kind of record a bit of this. It was still really fun to me. This was a great fight, like I said. I love kind of situations where we're kind of pressured like this, because honestly, if we only had to focus on one or the other side, I feel like we would have just kind of beat down on one team and would have just been punching downwards. And I just, I don't like doing that too much. I like it being a little bit more tense, which I do think like it was for us, right? Because we had a group that would have to fight up mid, we had a group that had to fight off on the left side, and we had a group that had to fight on the bottom right side, which was more field work. I think the like left side HM doesn't like field fight as much, but like we're still really annoying with the rallies, so there's that. Either way, I do appreciate you guys for watching as always. That is about it to the video. I didn't really have a whole lot of footage to show you guys today, but I do hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a great day or night. I will be trying to post my second video for this Genesis War. I feel like the second round, like I said, was much better, much more field action, much more intense. We 2v1'd a team, and they were absolutely freaking phenomenal, okay? That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. That is about it, and peace out.